Alright, what's going on, guys? Aaron Goldston here. So in this video, we're going to go over an advanced text conversation breakdown. This is very advanced. This guy was a, he was like a type A, very offish, not invested. He was kind of like an asshole. So I'm going to share with you how I handled this. I'm still in the middle of this now, but you'll get a lot of value from this. This is very valuable. This is very advanced stuff. I mean, we're going to break down line by line. This is very powerful stuff. You will get, I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure you'll get a lot of value from this. So let's dive into it. We're going to go line by line. He says, I have an S8 AT&T. I said, he goes, you interested? I said, Samsung S8 AT&T with outer box. Not interested, I guess. So guys, I woke up, this was a conversation I had today. I woke up today at 3 in the afternoon. So I didn't see this message till I woke up. And I'm sure he messaged me sometime earlier. I just turned on my phone, and that's why it shows these times. We know this is not when he sent. I mean, it's very rare he sent this because he kept following up. Right? He said, I'm not interested. So the first thing I said was, hey, sorry, just saw this. So why do I say this? Because in his mind, always put yourself in the customer's mind. In his mind, he's thinking something along the lines of, man, this guy doesn't want my phone. He's kind of irritated a little bit by, he said, not interested, I guess. So if I just went right into business with him, the underlying tone of the conversation in his mind is going to be like, well, what's this asshole even doing messaging me? You know, he's messaging me late. He's not very nice. He's kind of rude. So I say, hey, sorry, just saw this. This acknowledges and deals with him saying not interested, I guess. You see that? If I didn't say this and I go get right into any problems with it, he's going to be thinking, well, fuck this guy. He took a gazillion hours to message me back, so I acknowledge it. I acknowledge that. I say this all the time because I wake up late all the time because that's what I do. I mean, you know, I wake up that's one of the things I like doing. I like waking up late, so I wake up late. I acknowledge it. Hey, sorry, just saw this. This sets this at ease. Does this make sense? Now, once I say that, guys, time for business. Any problems with it? Following the script. No, it's brand new. Awesome. I can give you $230 for it. Okay? There's 3 things we need before we make an offer. Condition, carrier. Ooh, I'm forgetting it myself. We need the condition of the phone, the carrier, and the actual phone. As soon as you can make an offer, guys, make an offer. The quicker you can make an offer, the better. Awesome. I can give you $230 for it. I'm following the script. I got a $200 OtterBox with it. It got a $200 OtterBox with it. Now, us as professionals, guys, how would you respond to this? He says, I got a $200 OtterBox with it, okay? You know what I want to tell him, right? I want to say, you must be crazy. What is wrong with you? OtterBoxes do not cost $200. If you get the premium OtterBox, the Defender series, all the fancy stuff, I think they're $60. We would buy it on eBay for $20 probably, okay? There is no such thing as a $200 OtterBox. But if I said that to him, guys, I would start arguing with him, and I would not stay focused, and I don't say words that do not directly move me forward to the close. So I avoid all that. I keep my calm and my composure, and it's your job as an expert sales negotiator to do that. And I ignore all that junk, even though that's what I want to say, and I assume the sale. Awesome. So when do you want to meet? Always assume the sale. It works often. Not all the time, but it works often. Awesome. So when do you want to meet? When you have 400. Now listen to his comment. His comment's kind of an assholey comment, okay? He says, when you have 400. Do you feel the tone underneath the conversation? He's saying when you have 400. He's saying like, fuck you, you ain't really shit, right? He's not really invested in the conversation. I will now mirror his tone as I move forward of me not being invested in the conversation, but I'm invested in the conversation. I never want to come across as needy or desperate or clingy when I'm getting phones. So I say, you said OtterBox is 200. See how his response is kind of a smart-ass remark? I feed that back to him. You said OtterBox is 200, right? He said his OtterBox is 200. I said, so just sell me the phone for $230, sell OtterBox for $200, and you just made $30 more, okay? His comment is smart ass, my comment is smart ass. So I'm staying in the conversation, which is important, but I'm mirroring kind of the smart ass comment, right? I'm talking to him like himself. I'm not like begging for the deal, none of that. Now, where am I going now? Now I'm going to number 6. So now let's go from the top. And you just made 300, all right? I give him a smart-ass comment. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I just had someone offer me $345, but thanks. Now, what do we know about this, guys? He probably didn't have nobody offer him $345, all right? He probably just said that. So I say, it's a good phone. So now you guys know I like to say it's a good phone. I never like to argue with the customer. This is very fine detail. I'm kind of being short with him, but I'm not being rude. I'm being short with him, but I'm not being rude. I say it's a good phone. I could pay you more for it. So I'm putting the idea that I could pay him more. We know no one offered him $345. He's bluffing. There's no need for me to, so I'm kind of calling him out on it. I could pay you more for it. I put the idea out there. I want to get him invested, and I want to get him chasing me. He's not invested in this conversation at all. I want to get him invested and at least entertaining the idea. I'm selling it to me. He's not at the point now. He's not interested in selling me his phone at all. He has no interest at all. So even if I put offers, as I say, drive to you and bring cash, that won't matter. It won't even register in his mind. I need to get him at least somewhat interested before I start doing that, so he will at least entertain the idea. Does that make sense? If that doesn't, watch that little piece again. I can pay you more for it. $345 seems solid. I would just sell to that person. That's more than I can pay. I'm making a comment, guys. It's a great phone. I could pay more for it. I'm putting the bait out there. I'm saying just sell to him. So I'm kind of calling him out on his bullshit. But I'm trying to stay in the conversation. Yeah, I know how you two work. I'm positive I'll find someone to pay me what I need for it. I just posted it for $450. But if I can't get rid of it, I'll hit you guys up. So this is what I'm thinking. He says guys. So I'm sure he might have called someone else on Craigslist and got another quote, right? That's why I think about he says guys. He says, I know what I do. I'm positive I'll find someone to pay me what I need for it. So that's interesting. Pay me what I need for it. What's he need for it? We're gonna discover that later. I can get rid of it. I'll hit you up soon. So I say, sounds good. We buy and sell. So I would always say but now I say we buy and sell because he says hits him up, right? You see that, right? He said he goes, what we do. So when he says that, I think he's referring to someone else he messaged that made him a quote. So I say, we buy and sell. So this is, I say this every now and then. You can always get more selling it on your own. But people sell to us because they want quick money. They don't want to deal with the bullshit of posting an item, responding to people flaking, etc. They rather spend their time doing other stuff. But sounds good. What am I doing here? I am painting the picture. I am painting the nightmare story of what's going to happen if he sells it on his own. He's going to have to deal with people bullshitting, people responding, people flaking. Hey man, you can sell it on your own, but would it maybe be worth it selling it to me so you don't have to deal with that bullshit? And I put sounds good. So I paint the nightmare story. Let's see what he says. So now, guys, there's something he does here which changes everything. He goes, it has a 1-year warranty that comes with the phone. We know he spelled that wrong, right? It has a 1-year warranty that comes with the phone. What's he doing now, guys? There's something that he did. He's now starting to invest in the conversation. He's now telling me a benefit his phone has, which he wasn't doing before. Remembered before when he said, I'll sell it to you when you have $4,400. He was nowhere invested in the conversation. He's a little invested in it now because he's taking the time to tell me the benefit the phone has, which is his way of trying to sell me on the phone. So now that he's a little invested in the conversation, we are going to start following the script again. So right here, look right here. That comes with the phone, right? Let's remove all that. It has a 1-year warranty. He's now invested in the conversation. So now if we start to throw benefits, he will at least consider it. Guys, this guy started all the way back. The furthest away that you could get from not being interested. So we're very slowly trying to bring him and make him interested in selling us his phone. That's what we're doing here. So if I met you today and brought cash, lines from the script, just worded differently, what would you be looking to get rid of it for? He likes to be in control, right? He's kind of that power hunger guy. So if I said the highest I could go is 400, I can meet you today and bring cash, I worded it like this because I'm asking it a question, which makes him seem like he's in control, and he's this type A kind of like short guy, so he responds to this a little bit better. It's kind of like I'm asking a question and letting him be in control. I need 400, to be honest with you. So what could I do here, guys? I want to figure out why he needs a 400. Let's ask why, because maybe we can use that against him to close the deal. Why are you looking to sell it? To get my girlfriend's car out of the impound. How much is it to do that? What am I doing here, guys? I'm trying to figure out, because shit, if it's 300, maybe we could work something out. You following me here? 500 for the police release, the tow company, 250. So I just need 400 more. Fair enough. I'm agreeing with him. I'm on your side, buddy. And you wouldn't let it go for less than 400 if I met you today? Again, guys, I'm trying to throw benefits out there at him. Meet you today, bring cash, drive to you. But with this guy, I'm wording it in a question so it doesn't seem like I'm trying to stronghold him and I'm letting him be in control. I'm using it's very light. If I did, I'd be short. But let's see what my girlfriend says. All right, so he's in the conversation. So what's something I could ask? I can't go down on my prices because I need to make my money. Okay, sounds good. Do you have any other phones for sale? So if he really needs it, he could be bullshitting, right? It could just be all crap. He could be saying it, but it could be true. So maybe he has something else for sale. So let's see. So we're right here. He goes, I might. Okay. Well, I was supposed to say do. If you let me know what all you have, I can make you an offer and everything could easily be $400 plus. See, so I'm selling him the dream. And he hasn't responded yet. But this last message, guys, I'm selling him the dream. Hey, you need 400. Hey, man, I might be able to give you a lot of money. In his head, he could be thinking more. So you see what I did there, guys? This guy might close. He might not. He hasn't messaged me back yet. But do you see how you guys kind of feel what happened? He was very standoffish, and he's a little bit more invested now than he was before. So, and I'll be honest with you guys, I don't close all these guys. But if I get 10 people like this, a couple of them hit me up later and they close. And sometimes they're not quite as standoffish as him, and I can maneuver it and get him to close right away. You guys see how this was powerful? There's a couple other things that I did here as well. The other thing that I did, guys, is I stayed fully committed to the conversation. Some of you guys that are just starting out, I already know what you guys do. You guys will follow the script a little bit. You'll make an offer and you pull out, okay? So you make the offer, you're like, oh, blah, 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 and you're like, all right, well, if anything changes, let me know. I'll drive to you, it's fine. So some of you guys, you make an offer, and then some of you guys leave the convo too fast. And you leave the convo too fast because being fully entrenched in the convo can be a little nerve-wracking. It's uncomfortable. And it makes you feel good when you get to leave the conversation first. Because you get to be in control, you win, forget the other person on the other end. They were kind of interested and you said, well, if anything changes, let me know. My offer, if anything changes, let me know. I buy and sell phones. My offer is always on the table. Do not pull out of the conversation prematurely. Don't eject prematurely. Stay fully committed to the conversation. All right, guys, you're following that? And next time you're in the conversation and it feels kind of uncomfortable, right? And you're like, ooh, I want to get out because I want to prove to him that I'm better and I won the argument and I was in control, because you're afraid they're going to reject you. So instead of staying in the conversation and possibly letting them reject you, you reject them first. And it might feel good, but you don't get that many phones. And you have to be the phone person that stays in the conversation and is uncomfortable comfortable getting rejected, getting told no, getting told to fuck off if all that happens, all right? Does that make sense? Stay fully invested in the conversation. Hopefully you guys got some value. This is very advanced stuff, but hopefully in the future, if you ever run across these guys, which you will, you can use these techniques to stay fully in the conversation. You'll be in the conversation, you'll be like, I don't know what to say, and you'll remember this conversation, and as you go through all these breakdowns that are in Next Level, you'll be able to use some of the material that I've said to push the conversation along further, to handle some of the tough customers, and to ultimately close more deals and get more phones.